Well, howdy. Yes, I'm still alive. Sorry it's been so long. I've had quite a few inquiries. We left off with our new home, I think episode 6, so I guess that makes this episode 7, if my old math's any good, of our new home. And yeah, we're in it. This is December the 3rd as I'm filming this. If you've been following along on our journey, we bought this home, had the closing on, I believe it was June the 13th. We finally got the keys, September the 15th. So June, July, August, September. It took almost 4 months to get in the house. And after talking with other people who have bought double wides, that seems to be pretty much average around this part of the country, just because of everything that you have to do and all the subcontractors that do all of the work. Nowadays, it seems like it's hard to find people willing to work. So there were a lot of delays just because they couldn't get people that were supposed to be doing the work to do the work. But needless, we are in it. So we'll do a video of the inside a little later. Those of you who follow our channel, my wife, of course, has been 4 hours away down in the low country of South Carolina taking care of her mother. And they're now up here with me. They're inside right now. And one of the reasons it's taken so long for me to get this video out is about 2 weeks after we brought her mother up here to stay with us in our new home, she fell and broke her pelvis in 3 places. So we have been in and out of the hospital and rehab, and just that on top of moving and everything else. Let's just say we've been very busy. And the last thing on my mind was toting a camera around while we were doing all of that. So we are in the house, and we'll go over a couple of things for those who have been following along, trying to keep up with what they can expect if they buy a mobile home. I've got a few extra details on that. I've already gone over the fact that don't expect just because you buy a mobile home that it's going to be fast, because it's not. And it's got nothing to do with the people we bought it from. It's just the way things are. But what have we done? Well, to get to this point, like I said, this is December the 3rd, so we've been in the house about 3 months. October, November, December, yeah, again. What have we done? Well, I redid the front end, put up new fence at the entrance, put in a Mighty Mule gate opener, and I don't have the clicker with me to open it. Went to Harbor Freight and got one of their panels, a panel from Tractor Supply that is made and sold with the Mighty Mule name on it. It was $125 for a 10 watt. I got this, what is it, 60 watt? 25 watt, yeah, 25 watt. Excuse me, where'd I get 60? I got this 25 watt from Harbor Freight for about $45 on sale. I think it was 60 regular. I caught it on sale for 45 with a coupon. And it's a cloudy, rainy day, been raining for 2 days straight, but it's still charging it. Got an old battery in there that I just had laying around. It's not a brand new battery. And that solar panel is keeping it running. I'm gonna probably wind up having to move it because you can see the trees across the road are growing. So I'm not sure what I'll do. I may have to move it further over that way. I hate to put it on the post next to the neighbors, but I may have to. But anyhow, we have an automatic gate now, which is nice. And then we have the house. Got a parking pad fixed. You can see sticking off the end of the house there, I had to build a ramp, wheelchair ramp for Marie's mom. Got that done. But let's take a look at some of the things you can expect when you buy a mobile home, whether it's single wide or double wide. So let's get up here and take a look at that. Okay, we're right here at the front corner of the house, off the driveway. And a couple of things I've had to do, as you can see right here around the foundation vent. Once everything settled and I guess shrinkage and concrete drying, some of them had big enough gaps that things could crawl in to get under the house. So I filled it in with great stuff, the kind that is supposedly treated that insects and rats won't chew it. We'll see how well it works, but Got to go back and trim it with a razor blade, but I left it so it would show up better when I film it. The second thing is, if you do buy a mobile home single or double wide, I highly recommend getting a brick skirting. It helps with insurance, and it obviously helps with the looks. You don't have to worry about ever replacing it or fixing it like the vinyl skirtings are. I know over time they just seem to fall apart. This one is covered in mud from the rain. I've got to pressure wash it. But one thing when you do, if you get a brick skirting underneath the house, where the skirting, see if I can get it on camera, there we go, I think you can see it. You'll see there was a gap between the brick and the vinyl of the house, and it was enough of a gap that something could crawl up over the top of the brick to get under the house. So I had to go all the way around the house with more of that great stuff and fill these places in. And then once it hardened, I just trimmed it with a razor blade. But there was gaps. You can see there's enough of a gap there that something could have crawled up and gone over the top of the brick and under the house. So I had to go all the way around the house. And there were some places where it wasn't needed, where it's real tight, like right here. It's very tight, and I didn't need any. But then there was, like right here, there's a little bit of a gap. If it was enough of a gap for my finger, I filled it in with great stuff. So that's something you'll definitely want to be on the lookout for if you do go with a mobile home with brick skirting of any kind. I'm assuming the vinyl skirting attaches up under there somehow, or the brick. They just brick it up till it gets under the vinyl and then they stop. So there's always going to be a gap in places. So that's definitely something you want to look out for. As far as the home itself, we've been very pleased with it. It's got some issues that are being addressed by the manufacturer, so I can't complain about that. Come around to the parking pad. Here's the wheelchair ramp that I built. Got to finish the railing. It's been raining for several days. I built this thing in the rain, and good Lord, the price of lumber. I added on to the little porch or stoop that the mobile home place provides as part of the home. I just added another section to it, moved the steps out, and left that side open and built the ramp. So it worked out pretty well. I come around on the back. I don't think I had this done in the last video. I haven't even had time to go back and look at the last video. We did build a deck on the back. My wife and I did all this ourselves, and that under there's for the cat. The cat lives better than we do. But the deck has been real nice because we do have a fantastic mountain view, at least when it's not cloudy and raining. Septic stub out, clean out for the septic tank. All of this bare dirt is where they put the septic in. When we come around here, here's a good spot. I can show you that gap. Yeah, you can see there was a big gap here. So I just filled it in with great stuff. Sealed it up, and there's more of it around the, I don't like rats and bugs and insects getting under my house, so I tried to fill in anything and everything that I could find. Another reason, in addition to being busy, another reason that we haven't been able to post much is we had no internet service here, but the Lord was looking after us. The very day that we signed the closing papers back in June on the house, and we've had this land for 25 years, but the very day we did it, we found out that our co-op power company was going to be providing internet service. They built a 100% fiber optic system on all of their power lines, and it's a fiber optic on the pole, comes down into a pedestal, and then the actual drop coming from the pedestal to the house is also fiber optic. So don't be fooled by companies who say they've got fiber optic internet service, but then they run a regular coax or a copper cable to your house. Well, that defeats the purpose. It may be fiber optic to the pedestal, but then you don't get the benefit of fiber optic on your drop to your house. And this is actual fiber optic buried all the way to the house. So I'm very pleased with that, and finally got it turned on just a couple of weeks ago, and it is outstanding. It's one of the fastest. We got the cheapest you could get, which was 250 by 250. For those of you who know what that means, I don't. I just know it's really, really fast, and you could get faster than that, but that's what we got. And I'm streaming YouTube TV, and anything. We can have 3 TVs playing at the same time, plus all 3 of us can be on tablets and computers, and it never buffers. And that's at the cheapest speed of 250. So we're very pleased with that. So this don't want to be too long here. Just wanted to give an update that we are in the house. We're pleased with the house. We're still getting a few things done. We'll do a tour of the inside of the house. Can't do it right now because they've got a lot going on in there, getting therapy on my mother-in-law and getting her taken care of. So we'll try to show you the inside of the house as soon as possible. Plus, I have got a million projects. I mean, just if you can see, I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but right there is blue. That's a tarp on the little red, the Harbor Freight trencher. It's down there at the pond site. The pond is totally empty. I've torn the spillway out and redoing it, and I'll give you an update on that. I've got that to do. I'm building a road on back there in the woods that right now is underwater. I've got to ditch that with the Harbor Freight trencher. Got a whole bunch of tractor work to do with the little Kubota. And yeah, just a bunch of stuff that's got to be done. And hopefully we'll be able to get a lot of it on video, and hopefully someone will find it interesting, entertaining, educational, or just you can just watch it and laugh at how stupid I am, if nothing else. And who knows, we may get Marie on the trencher or the tractor and see if we can film her tearing something up. Or I don't know, she may wind up running it better than I do. So I appreciate you checking us out here on this little video. Sorry it's been so long, or maybe you've enjoyed not having to put up with me. But either way, we are back, and we're hopefully getting cranked back up. And I appreciate you visiting us here on the Double M Farm, and I'll talk to you again very soon.